Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So in today's pick a card, we are going to be connecting with your spirit guides to see what they want you to know right now. A while ago, I made a poll for you guys asking if I were to make a spirit guide video, what topic would you like to see? And this one was the winner, but a lot of the popular comments on that post were saying that they would like a series of all of the poll options. So if you guys would like more spirit guide videos or like a spirit guide series on this channel, please let me know. The other topics on the poll were things like how to connect with your guides, what your spirit guides think about you, what they're trying to help you with right now. So if those are topics that interest you, please do let me know. Yeah, so let's show you the piles. So there are 4 readings for you guys to choose from today. I'm going to show you each of the crystals one by one, and then please pick whichever one you feel drawn to the most. And you're also free to pick more than one if you would like a message from multiple spirit guides. You can watch however many you like. Yes, so crystals. Number 1 is rose quartz. Number 2 is opalite. Number 3 is blue howlite. And number 4 is malachite. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number ones, so if you guys chose the rose quartz, this is going to be a reading. So the first thing that I want to do is take a look at a few tarot cards to see who this spirit guide is who is coming through for you today, as well as how and when this guide likes to communicate. So first we have the 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, and the High Priestess. So I would say out of all 3 of these cards, it's likely the High Priestess, the major arcana, who is most representing the identity of your spirit guide. It's likely a female energy, and honestly, I'm kind of getting goddess vibes from this High Priestess. So if any of you guys who chose this pile are actively working with a goddess, this is definitely her who is coming through. But either way, those of you who are trying to manifest, who are intention setting, this goddess is here to help you bring your dreams to fruition. And the very first message I have from her, and I know this may sound kind of weird to some people, but she's saying that you have magical powers. You are able to manipulate the elements in some way. If you're not already, some of you guys might want to look into witchcraft or doing spells with the elements, like using water or using herbs or using fire, like using the elements to strengthen your intention. A lot of you will also be good at manifesting with the moon, as I see this moon behind your spirit guide. She's encouraging you to use your inner power to manifest your desires. You guys are very magical. You have a very magical energy about you. As for how this guide likes to communicate, I'm gonna say that she likely prefers to communicate at night. So you could be receiving messages from her while you're sleeping, in your dreams, or just when you are, winding down before bed. It seems like she's more active at night, and that you can hear from her better when you're in a calm state or a rested state. It's also likely with this High Priestess card that she communicates in a way that is a little bit cryptic because the High Priestess is mysterious like that. She represents things that are secret, things that are hidden. So this guide might be a little bit vague when it comes to her answers, or she might very often communicate things like you already know the answer, or the answer lies within you. And she's not trying to be difficult. She's really trying to get you to look within and recognize what you already know. I think rather than you like looking up to her as this powerful entity who is like all knowing and above her, she wants you to recognize the power that is already in you. Just looking at this card as well, crows or some type of bird might be significant. If you ever see crows or other birds acting strange around you, like staring right at you, coming up really close to you, that could be your spirit guide, just saying hi, letting you know that she's there. I'm also drawn to this book here, so pay attention to phrases that you read in books. It could also be like online, like if you're reading a post or something online. But pay attention to phrases or words that jump out at you, because that could be a message from your spirit guide as well. I feel like this spirit guide is not very... She doesn't like to be black and white, so she likely would never tell you directly, like, this is the right way to go, this is the wrong way to go, do this, don't do that. But rather tries to present more information or more insight so that you can make the decision on your own. Like, she's very careful to never, you know, make you feel like the power lies outside of you or that you have to rely on her. She's more trying to illuminate your own strength. We also have the elements of earth and water here, which are the more dense elements, I guess, out of the four. So I would say that in your waking life, she does tend to communicate to you through like concrete physical things. Of course, we can always communicate with our guides through our own intuition. It can all happen within, but I am seeing that she does communicate with things in the outside world as well. So pay attention especially to nature and the elements. It seems like she likes to communicate through that. So, you know, she might confirm something that you are thinking or feeling with, you know, sudden lightning, for example, or suddenly the clouds clear and the sun is coming down really strong and you can feel the warmth, or like leaves blowing up or something like that. It seems like she likes to use nature and the elements to confirm things to you or to just let you know that she is there. And what was the other one I said? Oh yeah, phrases in books as well as crows or some type of bird could be significant too. And she wants to remind you as well about the density of this planet Earth. You know, very often our will, our desires, they get way ahead of what is possible on this earth. What am I trying to say with that? It's like we can come up with an idea or we can give birth to a desire so quickly, but naturally it takes time for that desire to come down into the 3D because we're dealing with a world that is made of physical matter. You know, it takes time and effort for things to happen here. So I think she's saying, don't get discouraged by that. That's just the nature of the world that we live in. There's always like a lag between our thoughts and it actually manifesting in the 3D. So if things are taking time to manifest for you, it certainly doesn't mean that you've done anything wrong. That's just Earth operating in the way that it operates. The Seven of Pentacles is very often a card that reminds us to have patience. It can show that energy is like moving kind of slowly and sometimes it even feels stagnant. So she's telling you not to worry if you feel like you're in that energy. Patience is going to be really key to manifest the things that you want. And also certainty. You know, the High Priestess is so connected to her intuition. She knows that her blessings are coming and she's sort of sitting on this throne and elegantly and powerfully waiting for them to come to her. She doesn't really need to force it. She doesn't really need to chase it because she knows that it's coming. She wants you guys to have this certainty so that you can wait in a way that makes you feel empowered and not like desperate or questioning if something went wrong. She wants you to have that certainty and she wants you to have that faith. And the more you connect to your intuition, I think the easier that's going to be because your intuition knows deep down that all of your blessings are coming. We also have the Nine of Cups here, which is the card of, you know, wishes coming true, desires being fulfilled. She wants you to know that every last one of your wishes are coming true. Some will take longer than others, the same way some plants take longer than others to grow. It doesn't mean that the faster growing plants are better than the slower ones. That's just their natural time, and they have to operate by those laws on earth. Yeah, so she's coming through with the message of patience for you, of empowerment, and confirmation that all of your wishes are coming true. So let's take a look at some oracle cards now to get some more messages from her. We have envy, coral with the message of strength, the book, I always forget the names of these, contentment, I am fully satisfied with what I already have, and watching over you. Okay, so some of you guys may be comparing your journey to others, and this is why you feel like you're behind, or why you've done something wrong, or why things are taking a long time. I'm just looking at this envy card, and actually this one as well. The envy card with the strength card. Obviously we can see this person is in a dark space and looking out into the light, likely wishing that, you know, she could go out there and be there. And I'm feeling like this is representing you maybe feeling like you're in the dark and the other people that you are observing are in the light. You're comparing yourself to them, maybe wishing that, you know, your journey was more like theirs, like it was as fast as theirs, or it was as abundant as theirs, or whatever it might be. And looking at this coral card, this is making me think of diversity. Like here we see this like rich, diverse coral reef, all different colors and shapes and sizes, and I feel like this is representing everybody's journey on earth. Kind of like how I was talking about the plants just a moment ago. You know, some plants grow quickly, some plants grow slowly. These corals are all, can you say corals? Anyway, they're all different colors, they're all different sizes. It's just like people. We all look different. We all have different stories. We all have different talents. We all have different timelines and different strengths and weaknesses and preferences. And that's what makes this life so beautiful and interesting. And that's what makes your journey so special and unique. And it's a shame and it's a waste if we all try to conform to look like one coral. Like imagine if this card was like all this orange thing. It would be kind of boring card, right? It would just be like a sea of orange and prickly shapes. But the diversity on this card is what makes it so colorful and beautiful. And when you compare yourself to other people, or when you try to be more like them, it's like you're doing yourself a disservice. Now, it's one thing to look at others and be inspired to keep going on your own journey and keep working on yourself. Looking up to someone and aspiring to their success and to their happiness, that can be a very beautiful and empowering thing. But if it comes at the cost of you feeling lesser, or beating yourself up, or thinking that something is wrong with you, like your guide is saying that is an erroneous way of thinking. That is not a correct way of thinking. And with this book here as well, you know, this is locked shut. So it is making me think of secrets or something that is hidden. It could also be another nod to you guys picking up on signs through phrases in books. I'll just throw that out there. But there's so much that is hidden. You know, we may think that we see what somebody else's life is like, but they are still very much a closed book. Every person has a story that we cannot see. They have insecurities that they struggle with. They have conflict in their life. They have really, tough or even tragic situations that they have been through. Everybody is struggling in some way, and everybody has insecurities in some way. You may look at them and just see this light world, but that's not the whole thing. That's not the truth of it. And especially with the nature of this High Priestess card, it's a message of like, there's more than meets the eye. You may be looking at someone else's journey thinking, I wish I had that. Their journey is so flawless. But they have problems and they struggle and they feel insecure just like you. And if you were to, even if you were to be able to become them and have their life, you would probably still have a lot of the problems that you have now. Nobody's life is perfect. And now that I think about it, this contentment card fits in really, really well. I'm fully satisfied with what I already have. You already are this light world. You already have this light world. And I want to tell you as well, there are even some people who are looking at you like this and who are envying you and who want to be in your position. It's all subjective. It's literally like that the grass is greener expression. We always think that like someone else is better or someone else has it better. But, you know, on the inside, we're all more alike than you may realize. And then finally, this is just a very clear and sweet message from your spirit guide that they are watching over you, that everything is going to be okay. Again, your dreams might be taking time, but they are all going to come true. With this 9 of Cups here, this could be a message from your guide that they want you to practice gratitude. If you guys do keep a gratitude journal, that is amazing. Keep at it. Your guide is really, really happy that you are doing that. If not, that might be something that you want to look into starting. Even if you just write down like one thing a day. Oh my gosh, that glare. Even if you just write down one thing a day that you are grateful for, she promises that it will lift your spirits, and you start to get into the habit of looking at things to be grateful for. And you'll realize just how many blessings you already have in your life, which will in turn make you more positive, make you more motivated, help you manifest more. And it's like the opposite of a vicious cycle. It's a positive cycle that you can create in your life. So you're doing amazing. The people you're comparing yourself to, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Your journey is perfect. And your uniqueness is what makes you beautiful. This is what she's saying to you. You're magical. Again, you're magical. You are a high priestess. You are a goddess. You are a powerful witch. So, I want to shuffle this deck now and just keep going and see what she has to say. Oh my gosh. I just almost dropped like half the deck onto my lap. What does your spirit guide want you to know? We have the King of Swords. So this could represent a person in your life. Oh, it's another crow. Look at that. So maybe crows are very significant to you guys. Maybe they will start appearing. Don't worry about that, by the way. I know that some people like associate crows with a negative omen or death or something like that. But crows are actually very smart, very perceptive. I feel like they're protective. That's just me maybe, but like from a spirit animal sense, I always feel like they are protecting me, and that, you know, if I see one, I'm about to find like a solution to a problem. Because you know that story about the crow putting rocks in the water, you know? They're smart, they're intelligent, they problem solve. So if you guys see a crow, it could be your guide telling you that a solution to your problem is coming, or you're about to have a very important insight, and also to let you know that you are being protected and watched over. But anyway, back to the King of Swords. This can represent an air sign. So anybody who has dominant Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in their chart, this could be a male and somebody who is older than you, but it really doesn't have to be. Like, the gender and age of these court cards don't really matter. But if there is such a person in your life, or if there is an air sign in your life, your spirit guide could be telling you that this person will be significant to you in some way. The King of Swords can represent somebody who is going to give you some very valuable advice. This is somebody who is truthful, who is insightful, who is intelligent, and they don't let their emotions cloud their judgment. So this is somebody who sees the world in an objective way and who is able to give good and practical advice. I do feel that this is someone who is coming into your life to help you. And I'm getting the message that for some of you, you're not going to want to take this person's advice. Maybe deep down, you know that they're right, but you're scared, or could be a little bit of a pride thing, but your guide wants you to know that this person is right. This person is trying to help you. This could be someone who is about to come into your life, and they're going to give you some really valuable advice for your journey. It could also be a confirmation, like if any of you are wondering about a soul connection with an air sign, that could be a confirmation too. What other messages does our goddess have for you? Things really are progressing slowly in your life right now. There's the Well. This to me is a manifestation card. It is like a custom, an original card in this deck. I think it has to do with the unconscious. Like the unconscious is seeping up or emerging from this well and making itself visible, making itself known. It just makes me think of manifestation for some reason. We also have the number 22 here. That could be a significant number to you. Your unconscious mind, well, everybody's unconscious mind affects their manifestations, but this could be your spirit guide encouraging you to become more aware of what is going on subconsciously, because when we get our subconscious mind in order, it can really, really help with our manifestations. And if you find that something is moving slowly right now, this could be an opportunity to take a deep dive into your subconscious mind and see if, you know, anything is backed up there, if anything is blocked there, and take this opportunity to heal that. When we have wounds from the past, or when we have insecurities that are lurking in our subconscious mind, it can inhibit us from believing in the things that we want to manifest, or from taking action to work towards them. So I think that this is a really, really important step for anybody who has like a strong desire or a really important goal that they're trying to manifest. When you feel a negative emotion, or when you are triggered in some way by something that you experience in life, it can be tempting to just, you know, brush it off. It can be tempting to just say, no, we're going to think positively, forget about that. And it could even be tempting to beat ourselves up a bit, like, no, stop thinking like that, stop being negative. But I feel that none of those are really effective in the long term or really beneficial to us. What is the best to do, although it can be difficult, is to really sit with that emotion and ask yourself why you feel that way. When have you felt like this before? What painful experience in your past is this bringing back up? If you can ask yourself those questions and get to the root of what is causing you to feel negatively, that's how you can eradicate it. So you don't have to just steamroll over it or ignore it or dismiss it forever. You can actually uproot it. And this is going to really help you guys remove blockages to your manifestations. I could actually even put these two together. Maybe you were like triggered, or you didn't like something that this King of Swords person said, and your guide is asking you to think about that more and not just be like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about, or they're just negative, or whatever it is. Like, think about why what they said affected you in such a way. What is it triggering, or what is it stirring up within you that needs to be dealt with? Queen of Pentacles. And this is so interesting. I want to point out that you guys saw when I was shuffling for this card, it was taking a really long time to come out. And when a deck when a deck shuffles slowly, it does make me think that the energy is slower, that things are progressing slowly. So I do think it was kind of speaking to something in your subconscious causing things to move slower. And then we talked about removing blockages. And then you will notice that when this baby came out, it was really fast. Like it just shot out. And this is abundance. This is prosperity. This is getting everything that you deserve. This is feeling secure, stable, confident, sure of yourself, and really taken care of, feeling like you have a place in the world. This is such a beautiful card to come out, and it's so interesting how it shot out so quickly after we spoke about removing blockages. You guys could really have a breakthrough in your manifestations. You guys are this Queen of Pentacles. We do have a King and a Queen here, so this can be another confirmation of like a soulmate relationship or some type of important soul contract, especially if you guys are air sign and earth sign. But this Queen of Pentacles is here to let you know that your success is coming. Again, that you will manifest everything it is that you are dreaming of, that you will have more than enough. And you're going to be abundant on the inside and out. So you'll be abundant in terms of, you know, money and possessions and the experiences you want to have, and that more physical side of things. And then you'll also be very secure and very confident within yourself. I'm thinking of this, you know, Pentacles energy as very sturdy and stable, so that, you know, things that used to trigger you, things that used to make you feel insecure, things that used to bring up bad memories and kind of shake you up before, like, they cannot get to you now. You are so strong and sturdy now. You are untouchable. And you have been through this tough time with so much grace, because you're coming out of this still like soft and kind and generous as ever. You know, you're not becoming cold from your struggles. You're becoming even warmer. And you will always share with people. You'll always share your resources, share your love and energy with people. And that's really just a sign of your heart of gold. Okay. Let's get one more. We have the Five of Pentacles. So I think that after you guys, and this is actually really sweet of you guys. This is the kind of like success story that I see for you. You know, there was one point where you really struggled with your goals, where you really struggled with your confidence, where you may have been like comparing yourself to other people and maybe feeling like you were doing something wrong. You felt like this Five of Pentacles energy. But you didn't let that turn you cold or bitter, and you rose above and you grew into this Queen of Pentacles. I see you guys reaching a really, really high level of success. Like, a lot of people are going to be looking up to you. Not that that's why you do it, but just so that you guys know like how prominent you are and how impressive your success is. But what I'm seeing is that no matter how successful you get, like no matter how high up you get, you're staying humble and down to earth. So, you know, people who are below you, so to speak, you would never look down on them. And I actually see you guys in the future using your success and your power and your resources to uplift people. People who are struggling, people who aren't feeling like they can make their dreams come true. it's like you guys know what that's like. So you're not gonna reach the top and then just forget about what you've been through in the past. You'll always remember where you came from and where you've been and where you've gone through. And you will be there for people like on all walks of life, in all stages. You're becoming, well, you are so warm and caring and compassionate, and like no matter how high up you get, that's never going to leave you. And your guide is saying that that is so admirable about you. A lot of you are going to have big changes coming up in your financial situation. So this is really a leveling up, like from the inside out. Yes, so that's all the messages that I have for you guys. I'm gonna end the reading there. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you, and thank you to your guide as well. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number twos, so if you guys chose the Opalite, this is going to be a reading. So the first thing that I want to do is take a look at a few tarot cards so that we can see who this spirit guide is, who is coming through for you today, and then we'll also see how and when this spirit guide likes to communicate with you. So the very first card that we have is the Star, Temperance, very powerful energy so far, and wow, the Sun. So you guys have 3 out of 3 of your cards are major arcana, and I actually think that there are 3 different spirit guides who are coming through for you right now. In pile 1 there was just one guide who was coming through, and that was kind of how I was planning to do this reading, but 3 of your guides want to come through, so that's what we're gonna do. So I'll just go through each of them and introduce them one by one. But one thing I do want to say with the energy that is present here is that you guys likely have a very big, very significant mission on this earth, in this incarnation. You guys have a very important life purpose. You guys are meant to be big. You guys are meant to make it big. You're meant to be seen. You're meant to be heard. You're meant to share your gifts and your ideas and your talents with the world and really change the world in a positive way. You have a very big life purpose, and maybe that's why you have so many spirit guides. You guys have so much divine support with you. Okay, so let's take a look at the Star first. I, of course, get starseed energy from this card. So this spirit guide could be a fellow member of your star family who is currently not incarnated. It could also be the higher self of a soul family member or a twin flame who is incarnated. So please take that how it resonates. But yeah, I feel that for many of you, this guide might not be human or might not have ever been human before. It could actually be an ET, because with star and the idea of star seeds, different star systems, they could definitely come from somewhere else and, you know, have taken forms other than human. Of course, if that resonates with you guys. And then here for Temperance, I would associate this card with angels. Very, very often think of this as an angel or an archangel. So if you guys do have a particular archangel that you are working with or that you just feel drawn to, then this is definitely them coming through. And then here with the Sun, I would think of this as like a best friend, because the Sun is, it's pure happiness, it's pure joy, it's somebody who sees your silly side, it's somebody who lifts your spirits. And with this having to do with Leo in 5th house energy, and also because there's like a baby on the traditional deck, it does remind me of children. So when I think of this card, it's like you've been with this soul since you were babies, since you were little soul children. and you've likely incarnated together many, many times on this earth and perhaps in other places if you guys are resonating with that. Sometimes you're together, sometimes you guide them, sometimes they guide you. And right now, at this point in time, you just happen to be incarnated and they are in the soul world guiding you. But this is like your best friend soul that I see here. So we have best friend soul, angel or archangel, and twin flame slash soul family slash starseed family slash alien entity, whichever resonates with you. They could actually have multiple of those titles, just saying. So these are the 3 spirit guides who are coming through for you. They are here to help you with your life purpose, which is something huge. When we have this star, this is like world-changing energy. This is a visionary. Like I said, I feel like this is a very important soul mission that you have. The sun is about creativity, bringing your ideas to life. It's also about being in the spotlight. And when I see Temperance, I'm like, okay, this person's journey is very long. They're gonna learn a lot of spiritual lessons in this lifetime. And they're gonna rise above and prosper. Wow. So, I'm actually not seeing much about how and when these guides like to communicate, so I think I'm going to take some clarifiers for that. I'll just take a clarifying card for each of them and see what their individual communication styles are, so that if you guys are experiencing those signs, synchronicities, messages, maybe you can figure out like, oh, it must be this one, it must be this one. So first, let's look at your starseed twin flame alien family soul and see how they like to communicate with you in the 3D. How does this guide send you messages? What signs and synchronicities do they like to use? So we have the Knight of Swords. So when it comes to swords, this would have to do with something that is not tangible. It's like mental energy. So this is making me think of telepathy, of downloads, of claircognizance. Likely a lot of this will be going on in your mind. I do feel that this would be happening in your waking life pretty frequently. And the Knight of Swords is very, very fast. So this is really making me think of those like quick intuitive hits where, you know, you have your train of thought and something just comes, this message just comes completely out of left field and it's so pronounced that you can recognize it as like not your own thought, but a message that just came rushing in. So yeah, this guide communicates with telepathy and downloads. And how does your angel or archangel communicate with you? There's the Ten of Swords. So this is also, maybe you guys are very, very gifted in claircognizance, or you have very strong third eye and crown chakras, because it seems like this is your guide's preferred method of communication. Yeah, you guys are very, very gifted, very open to receiving downloads. So when it comes to this card, obviously this person isn't looking too good. And I would say this could be you guys sleeping actually. Because I do often think of this card as being exhausted or drained, and obviously this person is lying down. So maybe this is kind of their vague way of depicting a sleeping person. Whereas I felt here, this guide is communicating more in your waking life through like strange intuitive hits, strange thoughts rushing into your head. I feel like this angel might communicate to you through your dreams. So it could be like you wake up from a dream and you just have this sudden epiphany about like, oh my gosh, that's what I need to do, or that's why I'm having this experience, that's why I'm going through this lesson. Your dreams can give you a lot of insights from this angel. And what else did I want to say? Oh yes, they might show you something in a dream and then show you again in the waking world to like confirm to you that it's meaningful. Because, you know, sometimes we can dream about something and then we're like, oh, that was just nonsense, that doesn't mean anything. But if we then see a sign in the physical world confirming it, it's like a lot more powerful, and we realize that it wasn't just random. So this angel might do that to you. You might dream about something and then it happens, or you dream about a certain image and then you see it, and they're, you know, they're trying to bring your attention to that message or to that image. Another thing I want to say with these cards is that, you know, very often it seems that, like, very often I'll tell people you need to be calm, you need to have your mind clear so that you can be in a receptive state. But looking at these cards, it seems like you guys can be very like go, go, go in your life and very busy. And you could even be like feeling stressed or anxious or something, which are usually like the textbook things that we would say, like, oh, you can't have a busy and cluttered mind or else you won't hear your intuition. I feel like for you guys, it doesn't matter. Like, your third eye and crown chakra are so powerful. Your psychic insights are so powerful that you could be literally like running back and forth, doing a million jobs. You could have some like stress and pressure on you, and you're still communicating with them. I feel like that kind of stuff does not slow down or weaken your intuition, because it's just too powerful. So finally, let's look at the Sun guide and see how they like to communicate with you. Will it be another sword card? Who knows? No, it's the Eight of Wands. So it seems like, oh, that makes sense. It seems like this guide is the one primarily who helps you with like your day-to-day manifestations. The Sun, it can be a message of manifestation as with the Eight of Wands. And again, the Wands is like a suit that is not, that's not like tangible, you know? It seems like these guides don't really communicate with physical objects, but more like with information. This would probably be the guide who sends you signs in your life. Like if you guys try to manifest a sign that something is working, or like to see repeating numbers, or even if you do that thing where you like think of a really, really specific sign that you want to see, I feel like this is the guide that does that. So they may actually be the most active for you, like sending you little confirmations throughout the day. This is also about communication. So they might communicate to you, well, yeah, I was gonna say they might communicate to you through like actual words and phrases. You know, like if you're reading something online, or if you're reading a book, or if you're reading a billboard, you might see like a word or a phrase that jumps out at you. Yeah, this might be how they communicate with you. And largely, they're trying to help you be a more confident manifester. And this guide is really, really big on confirmations. Like you could bug this guide for confirmation 80 times a day and they will show up for you 80 times. Because this is like your best friend, right? They just want you to feel safe. Whereas I feel like this Temperance guide might be less big on the confirmations. Like they want you to, you know, trust and have faith and this and that more. Because I often see that with Temperance. It's like, be patient, have faith, you'll understand in the end. But I feel like, you know, because this is your best friend. They're like, oh, you want a sign? Here. Here's 50 million signs. Here's another confirmation. They're hooking you up. This is the really like generous guide. And I think this guide has a very, very good sense of humor too. They will make you laugh a lot because they know you inside and out. Yes. Okay, so let's get into these oracle cards now and see what your guides want you to know right now. I'm gonna like move these over here. Yeah, okay. So what do your guides want you to know right now? Adjacent possibilities. Oyster with the message of investment. The stork. Oh, okay, 2 number 17s and 2 number 19s, just in case that is relevant to you guys. You have the number 22, captivity. I understand that captivity gives rise to profound introspections and accomplishing your goals. So with this, I want to talk about this captivity card. You know, you guys might be feeling a little bit stuck right now. You might be feeling like things aren't progressing in the way that you want them to. Some of you guys might be literally trying to free yourself from a situation, like from a certain job or from a certain living situation, trying to get out of something. Maybe some of you guys are trying to move on and start a new venture, like start a new fresh life. Or this could just be more metaphorically, like you feel stuck in that your manifestations aren't progressing in the way that you want them to. If things are slow right now, then there is definitely a good reason for it. I'm looking at this phrase talking about how captivity gives rise to deep introspection. I think a lot of us can maybe relate to this because we have been in some form of captivity for quite some time. And you'll hear many spiritual teachers talking about how this is a time for healing, this is a time for deep reflection. So there's always a reason for the things that we are going through. And if things feel slow or stagnant right now, it may be that your guides are calling you to heal something, calling you to reflect on something. They could even be calling you to reassess your path and your reasons for pursuing the path that you are, like making sure it's truly coming from a place of desire and not like, you know, of fear of failure or wanting to people please or wanting to meet somebody's expectations. Make sure that your intentions are genuine. And the more you heal yourself, the more you will know accurately what your desires are, because many of our desires could be to like fill a void or to just, you know, appease some insecurity that we have or to avoid pain, you know, rather than a place of pure love and I really want to do this. So this could be something that your guides want you to reflect on right now. What path are you on? Why are you on it? Like, what are your honest reasons for it? I feel like there's never a slowing or a stopping for no reason. It's usually because we're being called to go within. Okay, I want to talk about this adjacent possibilities. I actually quite like it with the captivity card because of all of the open doors that are on it. So for those of you who are hoping to free yourself or walk away from a certain situation, your guides are saying that that will be possible sooner than you think. This is what they're saying. And look, there's literally doors everywhere. There's a door down the hall, on the walls, like higher and lower. There's a freaking door on the floor. I think the message that your guides want to give you here is that there are so many ways to get to where you want to go. There are so many different paths you could take to manifest what you want. It's really important to remember this because I feel like so many of us get really caught up in worrying about if we're doing the right thing and if we're going about it the right way and if we're on the right path, and for good reason, right? Because we want to make sure that, you know, we're not missing out on any opportunities. We want to make sure that we're not taking a wrong turn and like straying farther away from our blessings. So it's a reasonable concern, but your guides are saying that that way of thinking is not very accurate, because the truth is that your blessing exists behind every single one of these doors. And so it's not like a you better choose the right door or else. It's like, which one do you want? You can open any of them. Whichever one looks prettiest to you or whichever one is closest to you, it doesn't matter. No matter where you go, your blessings will find you. Your guides are saying we see everything. Whichever door you choose to go through, we're still gonna find you. We're still gonna find you on the other side and bless you. And there's not just one way for you to get it right. There's not just one way for you to find your success. So they're saying like, don't put so much pressure on yourself and just do what feels good in any moment. Don't act out of fear, act out of what feels good, and know that you will be blessed for it. And don't think of it as like a reward for, you know, oh, you picked the right door, here's your reward. It's not like that. You're just being blessed because you went through a door. You're working towards your dreams, and your guides and the universe will respond and bless you. You will be blessed no matter what. This is what they are saying. For those of you who have recently made like an attempt towards your dreams and it didn't go the way you planned, this card could be telling you that there is still another way to make things work. And you may be falsely thinking that because this one thing didn't work out, it means your manifestation isn't coming. Just for an example, I feel like I give the example of musicians and auditions a lot, I don't know. But I do feel like there are many aspiring artists watching, so maybe it resonates for you guys. It's like if you wanted to be a famous singer and you think that in order to get big and famous, you need to join this one major label because they're really big and they're gonna fund you and they're gonna promote you and this and that. So you've just, you know, internalized maybe over time that this is the way to do it, this is the way to make it. But maybe you go and you audition and it doesn't work out. So now you're thinking, I'll never be a singer, I'll never be famous, I'll never have my dream career. And your guides are saying, wait a minute, hold the phone. Like, this is not the only label in the world. This is not the only way in the world for you to do it. There's still like 6, 7, 8 other paths to take. And I know that it can be disheartening to like get up and try another door, but they just want you to know that like, just because one door closes, it doesn't mean that it's all over. There's always another way. There's always another door to go through. There's always another way to sneak in. So they just want you to know, first and foremost, you will never be like on the wrong path. You will always be blessed no matter what. And if you want something, it's never over. Like, never give up. It will never be taken away from you. Okay? So that's what I see with these. Oh, and I want to talk about, well, I want to talk about all of them. But let's talk about this investment. If any of you guys have recently invested in education or invested in equipment for a certain project, if you have invested in, I don't know, even like property or some kind of possession, your guides are telling you that your investment is going to be worth it. There's also a message here about investing in health. Your guides may be asking you to invest in your health more. So even if you have to spend like a little bit more money, if it's for like your health and fitness and your well-being, it's worth it. So whether that's like supplements or whether that's skincare or whether that's, I don't know, membership for somewhere, they're saying it's going to be a good investment. The other thing I want to talk about with this card is the pearl, because, well, I'm not a pearl expert, but the longer a pearl has to form, the higher quality it's going to be and the more you can sell it for. Pearls can, I think it takes like several years for a really good high quality pearl to form. Of course, you could, you know, take the pearl out sooner and sell it for cheaper. But what this card is trying to say is that good things take time. So if you're feeling like trapped or stagnant in any way, maybe you are just still inside this oyster. You're still inside this oyster, your pearl is still forming, and as the time goes by, the pearl that is you is becoming bigger and better and more valuable and more pristine. You know, the pearls that form quicker, they're not as valuable. And don't even get me started on the fake ones, on the fake plastic pearls or whatever it is that you can make in a day. Good things take time. The best pearls take years to form. So don't worry, you are perfecting yourself. You are perfecting your craft. And when it's time, this oyster will open and you will show yourself to the world in all your glory. The stork as well, it's about a promising venture. It's about giving birth to something. A lot of you guys are meant to share your creations, your ideas, your inventions with the world. It's going to be very fruitful for you, and it's really going to inspire others. You also have this card about achieving your goals. So yes, you are going to achieve your goals. Yes, you are going to be great and you are going to be celebrated. This can also be about like a literal baby, I think, because it is a stork. So for those of you who do resonate with having like a divine counterpart or a twin flame who is incarnated right now and who is guiding you, it could be a message that you are to have a child together. You are to, it sounds like an order. Sorry, that was weird. that you're gonna have a child together, or that you're going to birth an idea or an invention or a creation or multiple into the world. But yes, you will be very, very successful from your creations, which is confirmed here even more. So finally, let's bring out this deck again and just see what else do your guides want to tell you. Could be related to this, it could be completely unrelated. I will leave the floor open to them. Woo! There's the King of Cups. So this could be a confirmation for any of you guys who have a water sign in your life, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, who is significant to you or who you feel might be significant. This is your confirmation, or it's letting you know that a water sign will be coming in to help you in some way. It's funny, pile one got a king too. And recently, I don't know, recently I've just been really vibing with the interpretation of kings as like someone is coming in to help you, someone is coming in to give you assistance. This could be somebody who propels your career. Like they have more experience, they have more connections in the field that you're interested in, and because they love you so much as a person and because they really identify with you, this person with power might be favoring you in the industry and helping to lift you up. Yeah, this is someone who is going to play an important role in your prosperity, in helping your dreams come true. They're gonna give you a lift up, and not because they want anything in return or they think they're gonna benefit from you, just from the goodness of their heart. Oh, yeah, okay. If anybody, pay attention to people who come into your life to offer help, you know? Like, if they, like, make sure they're not just trying to get something out of you, or, you know, like, okay, music labels is like a perfect example. I feel like it's quite unlikely that a music label just wants to support an artist because like, oh, I really love your work and I really believe in you. It's like, no, they just want to profit off of you. They just want to have you in their contract and be like sucking money from you. Obviously not all of them, but I'm just using this as an example. Really make sure you're assessing like people's intentions, right? Like, is this person really here to lift me up and to serve my highest good? Or are they just trying to get something out of me? Or are they just trying to use me in a certain way? Are they just helping me so that, you know, I owe them something? Pay attention to people's intentions. Pay attention to people's intentions. That being said, I do think that somebody with truly genuine intentions is coming to help you. It could be a romantic relationship, it could be a friend, it could be professional, it could be all of the above. And it doesn't necessarily have to be someone who identifies as male, even though it's a king. It could be any gender. But water sign is significant. Ooh, we also have the Page of Cups. So we have another water sign. Okay, you know what? Regardless of regardless of how this connection starts out, there might be a little bit of romantic feelings going on. There might be a little bit of crushing going on, or might blossom into that in the future. This is interesting though, that we have the King and then we have the Page. The people that you look up to, or the people whom you will look up to in the future, you might think that they're this like amazing, well, yes, they are, but you see them as this like amazing, talented, successful, brilliant person. But in a way where it's like you're looking up at them, like I'm the Page and this is my King, this is my inspiration. And I think your guides want you to realize that no, you're also the King of Cups. You're also talented and successful and brilliant and inspiring. So the people who inspire you, the people you look up to, the people you strive to have a life like, your guides want you to start realizing that all of their qualities already exist within you. And the reason, this is actually, it was in a Gem Goddess video that I watched a while ago, but it was like, the reason you are so inspired by somebody is because your soul, it's like recognition from your soul. Your soul sees like, this is what I am. This is what I want to embody in this life. This is what is within me that wants to be awakened. You know, like you're inspired because you are like them. You resonate with them and what they're doing. So recognize that whatever you see in them that is so great, it's not out of reach. It's you. You are that. It's already within you. Yeah. Wait, let's get one last one. One last card. Six of Swords. Things are gonna get better soon. Those of you who are struggling with your mental health, with anxiety, with overthinking, with being hard on yourself, things are gonna get better soon. Again, for those of you who are like literally like physically captive somewhere, like a job or a toxic living situation, you will be leaving sooner than you think. Even if you've tried to get out and it hasn't worked, like there's always another way. So yeah, maybe there are quite a few of you watching who like want to walk away from something, but you haven't felt able to yet. You will be able to soon. For some of you, this involves like quite long distance traveling. It could be like you guys have been trying to move to another city and you haven't quite figured out how to do it, and so you feel like you're stuck where you are. Did I say city or country? I don't remember, but it could be either. Wanting to move to another country, like move abroad, and you feel like stuck in your hometown. It could be something like that too. You will break free. You will be able to go to the places that you want to go. This is what I see with the Six of Swords. And yeah, travel could be coming in your future. Some significant travel or relocation could be coming in your future. Also soon, some of you guys will receive communication from somebody that is, you know, heartfelt and kind of affectionate. And just pay attention to their intentions. Yeah. Anyway, so that's all the messages I have for you guys today. Thank you very much for letting me do this reading for you, and a huge thank you to all of your spirit guides as well. The alien, the angel, and the wardrobe. You know, like the lion, the witch, and the wardrobe. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye! Hi number threes. So if you guys chose the blue Howlite, this is going to be your reading. So the first thing that I want to do is take a few tarot cards so that we can see who this spirit guide is who is coming through for you today, and we'll also find out how and when this guide likes to communicate with you. So the first card that we have is the Ace of Pentacles, then the Ten of Pentacles, and finally, we have the Emperor. So I would say, yeah, well, he's the only person here and he is the major arcana. So this is the card that is representing the identity of your spirit guide. So it looks like we have a masculine energy here. The Emperor is a sort of father-like figure. So he is very protective, very supportive and nurturing. He represents like the divine masculine energy. So this could be, okay, for some of you guys, if you read your own cards or if you just watch a lot of readings and there's like a specific person or entity that you often associate with the Emperor, then that is who this guide is that is coming through, whether it's somebody who is incarnated on this earth or not. If you guys have a specific person who comes to mind when you see the Emperor in a reading, then this is them or their higher self coming through. But for others of you, like I said, I think this is a father figure, so it could very well be an ancestor of yours or even a relative, like a father, a grandfather, an uncle, a great uncle, somebody who has passed over to the other side and who is now watching over you as a spirit guide. It could also be an ancestor who you were not incarnated with at the same time, but of course they love you and want to, you know, protect you as you are their family and watch over you. The Emperor he's represented by Aries energy. So I do think that the way this guide communicates will be very clear, very direct. He might have a kind of blunt communication style. He could be kind of sassy sometimes, but it's all like in good fun, you know. He could, you know, use cuss words and things like that when he is communicating with you. And he could also come through in a way that is kind of chaotic is the word that came to mind. I'm just thinking of chaotic Aries energy. So think like, you know, loud noises, things falling over. You know, he's going to do very big and obvious things to get your attention is what I'm feeling. And especially because you have two Pentacles cards here, you know, these represent physical and tangible things. So we see that, you know, rather than this guide communicating like, you know, subtly, you have to look within, it's coming from your intuition. Of course, you can communicate with any spirit guide through your intuition, but I'm just saying that I think, you know, this guide is a little bit more in your face and likes to show signs through physical objects, you know? And maybe actually, because both of these have to do with money, it could be like, you know, finding money on the ground, or when you are making a purchase, like the total comes up to an angel number. I love when that happens. Or like, you know, your change is an angel number. You know, things having to do with money and transactions, he could show up there. I do really, really think this spirit guide is helping you create abundance and wealth in your life. But when it comes to how he communicates, also number 1s and number 4s could be significant, because we have a 1 here and then we have a 10. So they're both 1s, and then we have the number 4 here. And I don't know why, but number 1s and number 4s often appear together when I'm doing readings. It's very interesting. But yes, this guide is very protective over you, wants you to protect your energy. Is here to help you create wealth and abundance in your life, and really wants you to feel secure and settled. You know, this guide really wants you to feel like you have everything that you need and that you are taken care of, really the same way that a parent or a grandparent would want their child to feel. They want to provide them with everything they want and need. And now that I think about it, the Emperor is that kind of provider archetype. He's the provider and the protector. He brings stability and security to you. This guide will help you to find your dream job. This guide will help you to find your dream home. He wants you to really be comfortable and really, really take care of you. And oh yes, I wanted to say as well, because the Emperor is very confident and empowered. There goes the siren. You know, and it's that Aries energy. So I think that this guide also wants you to be more assertive with your boundaries. Really speak up about what you want and what you don't want. You know, don't let people walk all over you, and don't settle, because you guys deserve the best. You guys deserve the most out of life. Never settle to please someone else or to appease someone else or to stroke someone's ego. Always put yourself first. That's what this guide is saying. And especially don't settle for less because you're afraid that more or better isn't going to come, because it is. It's like you guys are building up from 1 to 10. So you're building up from the ground this amazing, prosperous empire. This guide is here to help you build your empire, and you guys do have abundance in your future. No matter what stage you are at, whether you are currently looking for a new job or to change jobs or to start something on your own, or maybe you're still at the level of like studying or even just figuring out what it is that you want to do, you have this guide's full support. This guide, you know, actually it is probably quite likely like a family member or an ancestor, I'm realizing, with this 10 of Pentacles, because this is about like our lineage, our legacy, our family, and things of that nature. Even if you never got the chance to meet this person or be incarnated at the same time, they still love you so much. And they'll watch over you, they'll watch over your family. They're saying, for a lot of you guys, there is some like what's it called, generational karma. There's some generational karma that ends with you, like some dysfunctional or unstable or unhealthy cycle in your lineage that is going to end with you. So, you know, if you have a family and if you have children, you will pass on a new positive cycle to them. And if you don't want children, then the cycle is definitely ending with you. But it's like you are taking that on. You're healing many generations. If you guys have ever felt like, you know, the healing that you have to do is very, very heavy, or like, why am I carrying so much of this shadow? Why do I feel like I have so much trauma? It could be that you guys have, you know, carried the trauma through several generations. So yeah, I would say the biggest things this guide is here to help you with is your abundance, your wealth, your career, to open doors for you so that you can do anything you want in this life, so that you can have everything that you want and you need. So very, very supportive energy. Is also here to help you be assertive and speak up about what you want, to establish healthier boundaries, and to help you heal your own trauma as well as that of past generations. Yes. So with that being said, now let's look at your oracle cards to see what message this spirit guide has for you. So first we have community. We have rough seas with the message of unexpected. And I'm noticing that there's a 25 here, which will add up to 7. So we have 2 7s in a row. This is a sign of good luck, opportunities, abundance coming to you. Then we have the lily. We have war. And tears. So it definitely looks like you guys have been through, you've been through it in life with this tears card, with this war card. This is making me think of, you know, conflict. Maybe you guys have been in a lot of toxic relationships, or, you know, you've really been hurt in the past. With this unexpected card, the rough seas, this kind of reminds me of the Tower in tarot. So it's like, maybe you've had many experiences where you've tried to build yourself up, you've tried to pursue a goal or a dream, and then things just come crashing down or things take a weird left turn. It's like no matter how you try, it seems like things don't pan out, or you can't hold on to the things that you want. You're trying to build this structure, you're trying to build this empire, and it's like tower moments again and again. I do feel that for those of you who chose this pile, your past has not been easy. And maybe some of you guys need to give yourself more credit for that. Like, you have been through a lot. So if some days you can't find it in yourself to have hope or to have faith or to see the good in people and in the world, that's okay. Give yourself more credit for what you've been through, because it's a lot. And there's no need to beat yourself up if you can't always be positive and if you can't always have faith, because sometimes it really feels like, you know, I can't even generate this emotion of hope or faith out of myself. So please, universe, like, show me something, give me something. And your spirit guide wants to acknowledge that. Like, yes, it is not all sunshine and rainbows, and I'm not gonna sit here and just be like, oh, you know, just be positive, just be hopeful, because what you've been through sucks. And I think this guide can probably relate to you, because I do think this guide has incarnated before as a human. They know that being a human is very difficult. But they want you to know that the worst is over. There may be more unexpected moments in your life, but they're not going to be like tower moments, okay? They're going to be like pleasant surprises. If you guys ever feel sad, if you ever feel emotional, let that out. Don't worry about like being too sensitive or too negative or whatever it is. Releasing your emotions is always a good thing. And never feel like you are annoying. This is like my pet peeve when people say this. You're not annoying your guides, you're annoying me. When you say like, oh, my guide is done with me, my guide must be so pissed at me, my guide must be so annoyed. It's not like that. Your guide loves you endlessly. Your guide loves you unconditionally. You know, so don't fight with yourself. It's okay to be upset about the way things happened or the way things panned out. It's okay to be emotional about things. And it's okay to ask for signs and to ask for confirmation that everything is going to be okay. Being a human is tough, and your guide will be infinitely loving, understanding, patient with you. This is what brings your guide joy. This is what your guide loves to do. And the Emperor is all of these cards actually are very solid and sturdy. This guide wants you to know that they're not going anywhere. Like, bring it on. Is that all you got? Bring it on. If you're angry, if you're sad, whatever it is, I'm here to help you, and I'm here to get you through it. And we're gonna navigate these rough seas together. I'm not scared of shit. I'm not going anywhere. That's what your guide is saying. But I really, really think that the hard stuff is over for you guys. And like I said, any other unexpected stuff that is coming to you, it's only gonna be good stuff. And in fact, you guys might be getting some unexpected career opportunities, some unexpected opportunities to make money. I see with this community card that, well, literally, it's like you guys are finding your community, you're finding your group of like-minded people. I do feel that for a lot of you, this might be an online community. Whatever you guys are interested in pursuing, or maybe if you're interested in figuring out what you want to pursue, do a lot of research, like watch content from people who are, you know, living the life of their dreams and see what they're doing, how they're making money, what they're pursuing, and see if anything piques your interest. And through engaging with that community, I think you will find your people. This guide is wholeheartedly encouraging you to do anything you can so that you're more involved in your passions and your interests, whether that is like joining some kind of community, joining some kind of group, taking a course, or networking. Get involved. Your guide is saying get involved, put yourself out there, put your talents out there, or your ideas, or even just your questions and concerns, whatever stage you are at. Share your curiosity, share your interest, and your people will come to you. Many of you guys are meeting very important soul family members. Like I see on this card, this is a small group of people. So it may be like 1 or 2 very important friendships that are coming to you. But you are and you will be very loved and very supported, okay? This chapter of your life, it's like, this is the chapter of building. I feel like you guys have been through a lot of like destruction in the past, or not being able to hold on to things, and your guide is saying this is the chapter of building you back up, and of building your empire, and of being able to see real progress, and being able to feel truly supported. This card here, the lily, this is a sign of maturity. I definitely think this is a nod to you from your guide of how much you have grown, how mature and wise you have become from what you've been through. You guys have really taken the high road. You guys have really been the bigger person. And I think that's also something that maybe you guys need to give yourself more credit for. Maybe sometimes you feel bad because like you're angry or you have ill will towards somebody. Your guide is saying, oh my gosh, that is so normal. That is so part of being human. And you have navigated your relationships and your conflicts like so much better than you give yourself credit for. And just even the fact that you have that introspection of like, you know, I shouldn't have a grudge on this person, I shouldn't be bitter. That's a sign of how mature you are. A lot of people, like, that doesn't even cross their mind. They just stay angry and stay petty and stay bitter and stay above any criticism. You guys really are so mature. And looking at this war card too, this says like, I understand that violence doesn't solve anything. I feel like you guys are really, well, I don't want to be a broken record, self-aware and mature. This card can also speak about finding success later on in your life, and especially with this flower imagery. Some of you guys may have felt like a late bloomer, and you know, this is a mature woman on the card. This is also obviously an old man, so maybe some of you feel like you're too old to make your dreams come true. I'm also noticing this is the number 30. I know that that can be like a tough age for people to hit. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm 30 and I haven't done this, which I thought I should do by this age. So maybe some of you watching this reading are going through that, going through your Saturn return perhaps, and you just feel like at this age you should have gotten more done, or you should have progressed more, or whatever it is. And yes, maybe you are finding your success and your blessings a bit later in life than you expected, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And in fact, I think for a lot of you guys, it was important for you to reach the level of maturity that you have now, so that you didn't ruin your blessings, or so that you didn't end up in a sticky situation. Just a really easy example off the top of my head is, you know, really coming into your own and really figuring out who you are, and taking the time to do that so that you know who is the perfect partner for you. You know, like maybe if you had gotten married in your early 20s or something, even if you really wanted to do that, you may have not fully developed into the person that you are. And so maybe you're still too naive, or you're not being honest with yourself about your truth, like of who you really are. And it takes this maturity to properly receive and properly treasure and hold on to the blessing. So there may be many things in your life that are like that. Another example I can think of is when I was in my early 20s, I really wanted to just like, you know, join a label or join a talent agency. Oh my gosh, this is the second time in this video I'm talking about labels, like music labels. But I was so young and I didn't know who I was, and at that point I would have like just done anything. I would have just done whatever they told me and let them exploit me, you know? So if I had gotten what I wanted at that young and naive state, it probably would have been detrimental to me. So, you know, having to wait for my success was really a blessing in disguise. So I think there might be something like this in your life where, you know, having it come later, even though it can be frustrating, it's actually a huge blessing for you. Okay, so I think that's all of the messages I'm seeing here. So now I'm going to shuffle this deck and just see if there's anything else that this guide wants to tell you. It could be related to this, it could be completely different. I'm going to leave it open to your guide and see what he wants to say. We have the Seven of Swords. This card is about things being hidden or being sneaky or being unseen. I just realized we have another 7. It can be like you're not seeing the truth of a situation. There's still more information. It's kind of giving me a similar vibe of this Lily card. Your ideas about where you should be and what you should have done and shouldn't have done, it's not accurate. It's like an unnecessary criticism of yourself. And this just came to my mind actually. This could even be related to the cycle that you're breaking in your family. So just for an example, let's say in your family, everyone has like married and had children young. And let's say the mother, you know, got married in like her early 20s and already had kids by the time she was 25, but later in life she kind of wished that she had taken more time to live her life and get to know herself. So there's a little bit of feelings of regret and maybe even resentment for her parents who pressured her into getting married young. But it's like that's all she knows. So when she has a daughter, she will also, you know, put that standard on her daughter and put that pressure. So that cycle continues. And I wonder if there's something like this in your situation where, you know, there's been pressure to get your life together really quickly, or the pressure to, you know, accomplish all these things in a certain amount of time because, you know, that's how we've always done it. That's how the generation before you did it and the one before that. It could be like marriage and kids, like the example I just gave. It could be, you know, getting settled in your job. You know, like you have to go to college, you have to graduate, you have to get a job. You're this age, what are you doing? Why haven't you found your path yet? And this is like the cycle that has been perpetuated, like not allowing yourself to just freaking breathe and figure yourself out and take your time. Like it's not a race. Life is not a race. So these standards, these expectations you're putting on yourself, they are false, they are dumb. Your guide is saying they are dumb. Your well-being is way more important than a stupid timeline or some standard that you're putting on yourself. And your guide is really passionate about this because he loves you and he only wants you to feel at peace. He only wants you to be kind and gentle to yourself. And especially if you guys do any self-talk, or if you ever have any thoughts of like that your guides are like disappointed with you because you haven't, oh, I'm getting emotional, like your guides are disappointed with you because you haven't succeeded yet, or like they're annoyed that you're doing things wrong, they're annoyed that you've been like procrastinating or whatever it is, that could not be farther from the truth. There is no spirit guide who is speaking like that about you. And that will really break this spirit guide's heart if you think that they're, you know, trying to push you or judge you like that. Of course, the spirit guides give us little nudges to do things that will make us happy, but I think sometimes we mistakenly think that they're like, oh, this bitch, like, hurry up. And it's not like that at all. So if you guys have ever thought that your guide was like disappointed or annoyed with you or anything like that, or frustrated with you, that's not the case at all. And I think this guide feels kind of sad that you would think that. but they see why you would think like that, because unfortunately a lot of humans get treated that way by other humans. And we have the Two of Pentacles, another Pentacle card. I'm telling you guys, success is coming, abundance is coming, change is coming. These are the waves of change that I see here. This reminds me of the rough seas, but like I said before, all of the unexpected changes that are coming for you now, it's only leading to positive things. This is often a card that I see someone like having 2 jobs or being successful in 2 different fields. It can also represent like an in-between where you kind of have one foot out the door of your current project and are just starting something new. If any of you guys are like starting to feel kind of dissatisfied with your job or with just doing that one job and you're wanting to branch out to something else, your guide is saying that is an amazing idea. And you have your guide's full support on that. Whenever you feel ready, your guide is not rushing you at all, but maybe some of you guys are really being supported to pick up a side hustle right now, to start something new, you know, like an additional venture, because you are talented in many things and you have opportunities to be successful and abundant in many things. This is also a card that encourages us to just relax and have fun and not take things so seriously. This life is yours and yours only, and it is meant to be enjoyed by you. It doesn't have to be enjoyed by anyone else. So if anyone has something to say, they can worry about themselves and their life. Be assertive. Be assertive. It's like that episode of SpongeBob where the guy sits on him and Plankton's like, "Don't let that guy sit on you." That's what your guide is saying to you. Nobody can say shit. You've been through too much. Don't let anybody say shit about your life. And let's get one last card for you. What is it gonna be? Ah! It's the Ace of Wands, a new beginning, renewal, a renewed feeling of motivation, of inspiration, a burst of energy. This is a wonderful card for those of you who have been feeling lethargic, who have been feeling tired, apathetic, unmotivated. This is like a what are those things called? Jumper cables? Oh my gosh. You know, the thing that you use to like start up a car. If that is even what you use them for. I'm just gonna stop talking. I'm making myself look dumber by the second. But you know, it's like a little surge of energy. It's a little boost of energy. You are being awoken, you are being revived. So a lot of you guys are gonna start to feel inspired to put effort into things again. You're gonna start to feel hopeful and optimistic again. And this is a result of your culminated efforts to be positive. You know, it's not just like a one-time like, oh, I just need to switch to positivity and it happens. I see that you guys have been putting continuous effort into this, and now you're having your breakthrough. And you're gonna feel awake again. The world is gonna feel vivid and exciting again. Some of you guys may get a really, really brilliant idea for a project or for some sort of creative work. And when you get that inspiration, your guide is saying go for it, because this idea is channeled by your higher self and it's going to bring you a lot of rewards if you go for it. But yeah, this is what I'm seeing here is like the start of a new chapter. You have 2 aces representing a new beginning. And it feels, like I mentioned before, like you are building up now. Everything that needed to be destroyed, everything that needed to be removed, it's been removed now. So don't be afraid. The things that you are building up now, they are here to stay. You have the support of your community. You have the support of your guide, of your higher self. And this is yours. You deserve it. You've worked for this. You've really, really worked for this. On the inside and out. Okay, so I'm gonna end your reading there. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you, and thank you so much to your spirit guide as well. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy, Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye! Hi number 4s, so if you guys chose the Malachite, this is going to be your reading. So the first thing that I want to do is take a look at a few tarot cards so that we can see who the spirit guide is who is coming forward today, and we'll also see how and when this spirit guide likes to communicate with you. So the first card that we have is the 9 of Pentacles. Then we have the 3 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. So in this pile, we have 3 minor arcana. I have been using in the previous 3 piles the major arcana to determine the identity of the guide, but it seems that we don't have that here. So there could be a couple of reasons for this, and the first one that is coming to my mind is that maybe your guide feels a little bit distant from you, like your guide misses you, wishes you would talk to them more, or wishes that you would rely on them more. So maybe this imagery of them like not being there, of course it's not that they're not there, but they might feel like they want to be there more. They want to play a more active role in your life. They want to assist you more, like they wish you would, you know, ask them for more help or open up more to them or connect to them more. It could be something like this. Also, it could be that this spirit guide that is coming through is literally spirit itself, like literally the universe itself. So if that last interpretation doesn't resonate with you, the fact that your spirit guide isn't taking a physical form here, it could be because it's literally the universe. And that actually makes a lot of sense now that I think about it, because I've also been using the suits of the minor arcana to see how the guide likes to communicate. And with 3 different suits here, we have Pentacles, Swords, Cups. So this is like all over the map. This is an entity that can communicate in any and all ways, and that is really showing up everywhere, and it kind of has this omnipresent vibe that spirit itself would have. Wow, that's really cool. So yeah, when it comes to a Swords card, for example, I would think of this as the guide communicating through telepathy, through downloads, through moments of claircognizance. So this means like thoughts and messages suddenly emerging in your head that's completely unrelated to your train of thought. It just kind of like explodes and appears in your head. And then with the Cups, this would be emotion. So feeling an intense emotion as a message from your spirit guide. And then we also have Pentacles, which is physical things. So, you know, physically seeing a sign out in the world or feeling something on your physical body. So whoever this guide is, it's like they're communicating in every single way. And also this means that you guys are very gifted if you can pick up on your guide in many different ways. So we might find out in later cards this guide's identity. I am thinking for many of you, it's like spirit, it's the universe, or a very, very evolved being who doesn't necessarily take a physical form. But yeah, there's also that little message of maybe this spirit guide misses you. And the reason they're coming through today, if we start over here with the 9 of Pentacles, they're saying that you guys are doing very well for yourselves. If you guys are working or studying, working towards something, they're saying that you're doing an amazing job at that. They're very proud of you. And you guys are also doing an amazing job with your inner work, working on your self-love, working on your healing, working on developing your spirituality, working on things like shadow work, healing, positive affirmation, manifestation, goal setting. It's like they're really tipping their hat because you guys are doing a great job at taking care of yourself and working towards your goals, and you should be very proud of yourself and you should be very content as well. However, with the 3 of Swords, you guys may be in this kind of energy where it's like I know I'm doing well, but I don't feel it, you know? Like I know I should be very proud, I should be really happy and fulfilled, but I don't feel it, because the Three of Swords is a card about disappointment, sadness, heartbreak, stress, anxiety, frustration, this kind of negative emotions that are plaguing our mind. And so you guys might be in this kind of funk where it's like, why can't I be more happy for what I have? Or why do I feel like something is missing? And your guide is here to tell you that you're not crazy. Your soul is longing for something more. We have this Eight of Cups here, which is about the search for more meaning, the search for something deeper. Like your soul is craving, your soul is longing for something. You guys might have the feeling of like, you know, missing a person or a place, or longing for something that you can't identify. Like your heart is longing for a home that you don't know where it is, and so it feels like something is missing. And your guide is here to tell you that feeling is very real. You're not crazy. There is a reason for it, but the reason for it might be something beyond your logical explanation. I think the reason is something spiritual. It's something that is happening on a soul level. What you're longing for is something that your soul knows, but maybe your human mind doesn't know yet. But your guide just wants you to know that you are not crazy, and there's no need to feel bad. Like don't feel guilty for like longing for something even though you have so much, or, you know, feeling sad or feeling lack even though you have so much to be grateful for. Because there is something deeper going on here. That being said, that's not to discredit what you do have, and that's not to discredit all the amazing work you have done on yourself. Your guide is very, very proud of you for that. So let's take a look at your oracle cards now. This pile is very interesting. So we're gonna take the oracle cards now to see what messages this guide has for you about your situation. Oh, here we go. Archangel Michael's coming through. Whew, I was worried like we weren't gonna see any entity, but there we go. So you guys have Archangel Michael with you. You have the universe with you as well. We have the albatross with the message of endurance. The star. Union. And waiting, or wait time. Interesting. So it looks like what your soul may be longing for is a union of some sort. Very strongly, I feel that this is likely a union with another soul or several other souls. It could also be like a union with your higher self or a union with your calling. But yes, I'm feeling that there are other souls involved for many of you, because I think of all of these images as like different souls, different entities coming together. And you're not alone. Definitely you are not alone. There are many people on earth right now who feel the same way you do, where it's like they have been blessed in the earthly sense, but from a soul level, they are still feeling lonely, or they are still feeling dissatisfied, or they're still feeling lost or confused or misunderstood. It's very normal. You're not alone in this. I know when it's happening to you, when you're living through it, you can feel very isolated, because it's like, why can't I just be happy living this normal life like everyone else is? But yeah, you're not alone. I've said that like 5 times, but I think your guides are really coming through today to validate what you're going through, and to let you know that it's okay if you can't logically explain how you feel, because it's happening from a spiritual place. It's happening from a soul place. You have the root chakra here, the first chakra. And so I'm thinking you guys might be taking a more practical approach or a more grounded approach. Maybe a lot of you guys still have trouble wrapping your head around what you're experiencing spiritually, and still trying to think of like a logical explanation for why you feel these things, why you feel a longing towards a certain person or a certain place. But I think your guide's saying it's going to be near impossible to explain all of this away with like a logical 3D response, because this is definitely coming from your higher self. Your higher self is longing for some kind of union for sure. And then we have the albatross, and this is actually quite a lonely card. Let me tell you the story of the albatross. So these birds spend a lot of their life alone, if I'm not mistaken. They spend a lot of their time like out on the sea in very, very rough conditions to get their food, to get their sustenance. And it's only later on in their life that they finally return to the shore to mate and to have their family. Hopefully I explained that accurately, but this card represents, you know, a long, arduous journey by yourself. Like you're doing everything you can to survive, you're all on your own, and then finally you get to return home. Like after everything that you've endured, finally you can return home and you can rest and you can come into union or back into union with your family. Like your soul is looking for its home, your soul is looking for its family. So going through life in this world, you may feel like the albatross, like you're navigating these tough conditions, you're by yourself, maybe you feel like you haven't really been understood or loved for who you truly are, but this is a card of survival too. It's like you're making it, you're surviving, but your soul wants more. We also have the star here. This is very similar to the star in tarot. So it's about making wishes, it's about fulfilling wishes. In this card, as opposed to the tarot deck, there's more of a feeling of her like wishing upon a star. She has a big dream that maybe she feels is very distant, maybe she doesn't fully believe it to be true, but she's still wishing on the star. And I kind of saw that here with the first chakra as well. It's like you guys are trying to stay grounded, trying to stay practical. Maybe at times you feel crazy for this. It's an awakening, it's a transformation. Your soul is starting to wake up in the physical world, or I should say, your physical body is starting to wake up to your soul. And yes, it does feel crazy and it does feel hard to explain, but your guides don't want you to ignore how you're feeling. They don't want you to feel crazy. Again, there's so many people out there who feel the same way. There's so many people out there who are wishing on stars too, wishing to find their home and their family. And your guides want you to know that this wish is 100% coming true. The star is like that wish, that dream that you thought was too good to be true. It's here and it's real. And it may seem far away at times, but you are closer than you think. That shore may seem far away, but you're closer to home than you think. And in fact, if you're starting to feel this more and more strongly, it's likely that your union is drawing closer and closer. And you'll also start to see more frequent, more obvious, more intense signs and synchronicities from your guides as this approaches. And the feeling of dissatisfaction with your current life may start to get stronger because your soul is really itching to go somewhere else and to live a new life that is more in alignment. So one thing that maybe you guys should work on is like if you're feeling bad about that or feeling guilty about that in any way, you know, like I should be grateful for what I have. I should keep working hard at it. Start feeling okay with the desire to walk away or the desire to want more for yourself. I think that's really it, you know, feeling like you want more, feeling like you deserve more. Start feeling okay with that. Don't feel guilty for that. Don't feel crazy for that, because as this union draws nearer, that's only going to get stronger and stronger. So you should start accepting that longing. You should start accepting that feeling as soon as possible. It's time to start validating yourself and what you're going through and what you're experiencing, and not saying like, I should feel fine with this because everybody else is. or whatever it is. I should feel okay with my current life. I should keep going. No, if you're dissatisfied, you're dissatisfied. This is your story. No one's gonna tell you, at least nobody in the soul world is gonna tell you that you should be happy with this and you shouldn't be happy with that. That's entirely between you and your soul. And if you want something new and something different, 1,000,000% you can have that. You can create that life for yourself. Here we have the wait time. So this is definitely a message from your guides to be patient. Maybe some of you guys have identified what, where, who this union is involved with, and you're sitting here waiting, and your guides are saying it is just a matter of time. Just keep going on your path, keep being patient, and keep doing the things that feel the best to you. I really like this card because it's like they're staring at this cat and they don't see the cat that is hiding here. Like he's about to jump up and surprise them. So this could be your guides letting you know that they have a few tricks up their sleeve. And don't worry so much about like, what do I need to do to make this union happen? What do I need to do to find it? As long as you're doing what makes you happy, you're golden, you're perfect. And like I said, they have tricks up their sleeve. So it's not all on you to figure things out. They're gonna make their moves too. They're gonna play their part too. So they're here to, well, only you can really take pressure off of yourself, right? But they're here to tell you that it's okay to do that. There's no need to judge yourself for the things that you are going through, and they want you to know that your emotions are very, very valid. And even for those of you who have like identified this union, any emotions you have towards this are real and valid, and they deserve to be explored, and they deserve to be pursued and given a chance to manifest. There's no need to dismiss it or judge it, okay? So the purpose of this reading is like huge confirmation and validation for you. Feel how you feel, and don't try to waste your time trying to make yourself feel any different way, because how you feel is perfect and valid. And if your soul wants to go somewhere, that's where you should go. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle this deck now and see what else your guides want to tell you. Could be related to this stuff, or it could be something entirely different. I'm just going to leave it open and leave it up to them. What else do your guides want to tell you? Ooh, there's the King of Cups. This is the exact same card that came out in pile 2, and it was also the first card that came out. That's very strange. I don't know if any of you guys watch pile 2 as well, but this can represent a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. If those are the dominant signs in somebody's chart, it's representing them. So if any of you guys have felt a certain type of way about a water sign person, you're wondering if there is something significant with them, if there's a reason that you feel drawn to them, then this can definitely be a confirmation of that. This can also be representing you, because the King of Cups is highly evolved in terms of his relationship with his emotions, as well as his intuition and psychic ability. So this can also be your guides coming through to let you know that you will be happiest, especially in this particular chapter of your life. You will be happiest if you make decisions from your heart. That is not to knock being practical or rational. That's also a very important part of life. But it's like they're saying you've done that for long enough, and we need to have a balance of both to be truly happy. And so in order to regain that balance, I think you guys need to start acting from your heart more. So, you know, turning down a bit that voice that questions everything and wants everything to make logical sense, and turning up the voice of your heart, the voice of your soul. and be guided more by your emotions. That's going to be really crucial for you guys in the coming months. Interesting. Yeah, there's some kind of soul connection going on here, whether it's like romantic, platonic, professional, creative collaboration, whatever it might be. There's some kind of soul connection going on here, very deep emotional connection. Someone with whom like the communication goes beyond words. You just get each other. Pisces energy could be significant because there's a lot of fish on this card. So anybody who knows a Pisces, who was wondering about one, or who met someone in Pisces season, this could be your confirmation, or it could be something to look out for in the future. I should also say it doesn't necessarily have to be someone who identifies as male just because it's a king. It can be any gender. What else do your guides want to tell you? Ooh, the Emperor. Dun, dun, dun. Because you have the Emperor and you also have the Nine of Pentacles, I would say that very many of you are, I won't say you were meant to be, but you would do very well in self-employment. Like if you had your own business, if you had your own project, you would do very well in that. I think a natural quality of your soul is independence and leadership and confidence. And maybe you guys at the time of watching this reading don't really feel those qualities in you, but I feel that they are starting to wake up or wanting to wake up within you, because these are qualities of your soul. You guys are meant to really take charge of your life and live it however the heck you want. Like I feel with the Emperor, you're meant to build your own empire, make your own money in your own way, live wherever you want, live however you want, really live on your own terms. Some of you guys might be moving soon, like moving houses soon, especially if it's like you're moving into your own place. Because I see with this card, it's like you're freeing yourself from some influence that was trying to control you, and now you can do whatever you want. Like freedom is coming to you. What else do your guides want you to know? Ooh, there's a Three of Wands. Yeah, this is another card that it makes me think of travel, relocation, things of that nature. It's also about expansion, abundance, new opportunities coming in. This is a card that reminds us to dream big and go outside of our comfort zone, and especially paired with the Star here and also the Emperor. Your guides are saying go big, dream big, because you are capable of so much more than you realize. And the more you start to connect with your higher self and those natural qualities of your soul start to jump out, you're really gonna start feeling this. I feel like you guys are like a really confident, powerful, go-getter soul in maybe a kind of shy body or a kind of cautious body. So it's like your human self needs to get used to the boldness of your soul, because your soul has a lot of power. Your soul is here to do great things. Your soul is here for a good time. Your soul is here to see the world. I was going to say conquer the world, but not in a violent way. Your soul is here to accomplish so many things. You guys are going to be so successful. You guys could have a future where you are living in another country, or you're just traveling to many different countries. You're like a jet setter. You have that kind of affluent lifestyle that allows for you to do that. Also, weirdly, a message that I get with this Three of Wands card is passive income, because this expansive nature of it, it makes me think of like there's the potential to make more and more and more money without having to do more and more and more work. So maybe, you know, like for example, if you wrote a book, then you just do the work once, but then as you sell more and more copies, you can make more money from it. It's like this, or like a YouTube channel even, that can be passive income because you keep making money on the older videos, even though you don't have to keep putting time into them. So some of you guys might have a job like that. And if you are thinking of pursuing a job that fits into that description, especially if it's one that allows you to travel and do it from anywhere, or that involves traveling or touring of some kind, this could be a really big confirmation for you guys. But maybe for a lot of you, it still feels like a distant dream that's not really going to happen, or it's not really possible. Your guides are saying as your soul starts to come forward more, it's going to feel more and more possible to you. You're going to realize just how possible it is and go for it. In the next year, you might take a really big leap for your future that if the current you were to hear now, it would like shock you. Like, really? I did that? My future self did that? I don't know. For example, like picking up and moving to an entirely different place, whereas the you now could not see yourself doing that. Something of that nature. I feel like you're just going to get more and more bold and more confident in the best way possible, such that some things your future self is doing would surprise you. And I think it was Gossamery Dreams. I think it was her who she said this is like the writer card. I don't know if that's the traditional meaning or if it's just her individual interpretation, but I like it. So I think it was her. It's gonna be awkward if I'm wrong. But if you guys are writers and you've been feeling like you want to write or publish something, this could also be a confirmation that that is an amazing path for you. Let's get one last message from your spirit guides. I feel like for you guys, maybe there's still a lot of uncertainty in your path. There's a lot of unknowns, you know, like, I know I want to get here. I know I want to be this person. I know I want to be with this person, but I don't know how the heck that's going to happen. Or I know I want something more, but I don't know what. And slowly but surely with time, everything is going to be revealed to you step by step. And I know sometimes this plan might feel way too big for you, but you have the power of your guides with you. You have the power of God and anime on your side. Okay. Ooh, and the last card is, dun, da, 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 it's the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, so coming full circle, because we started at the beginning, we were praising you for, you've become very hardworking. You've become someone who really takes care of themselves, really takes responsibility for themselves. And, you know, like, okay, let's say somebody's working a job that they hate and they have a dream job and they just really want to get out of their job. And then they get out of their job and they're working their dream job. And then, even though they didn't like that past job, they can at least look back on it and say, wow, a lot of the skills and a lot of the habits I picked up there are really helping me here. I feel like for you guys, it's going to be something like that. So even if you're doing something right now that you don't like and you're not fulfilled with it, what you've learned from it and who you've like become, been shaped into from it is really, really going to help you. I just want to say that right now you guys are doing a great job. Your guides see you working so hard, and the person you're becoming now is the same person who's going to reap all of these amazing blessings in the future. You guys are really ready for this. You know, we started at a 9, so it's near completion, and this is your completion. The 10 of Pentacles is successful finances and career. It's a stable and secure home. It's a happy family, whether that's the family you were born into, the family you give birth to, or your soul family, or all of the above. This is your happy home and your happy family, your happy union. You have everything that you could have ever wanted or needed here, and you have a very stable and solid future ahead. So don't worry if you don't know where all the bricks are to build this house, because your guides are on it. They have tricks up their sleeve. They have shortcuts. They have ways to help you. Keep going on the path you're going. Keep focusing on getting to know your higher self and letting them come out. And that's going to give you all of the confidence that you need to make this happen. Yay! Okay, so that's all the messages I see for you guys. I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very, very much to your spirit guides as well. Thank you, Michael. So please take care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below as well. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!